So one of my, I'd say, deep passions and interests, both professionally and personally, is sort of populations who have been historically oppressed, or who are marginalized, or who struggle to have their voices heard, or who have challenges accessing success and feeling well in this culture, in this society. And so I've been fortunate to work with a lot of populations who struggle in these ways because of different areas of oppression that they encounter. And I think one of the populations that I've had the fortune to work with in this office is women. And so that shows up weekly in a women's group that I co-facilitate, in which we talk about various topics that are exclusively impactful to women, I'd say, in their experience in their families, in their roles, in their identity, in this country. One notable aspect of, I think, women's experiences that have been stifled and that are, I see, continuing to evolve, that I am interested in supporting in therapy and in a therapeutic context, is women's ability to communicate, and the expectations that have been placed on them that may have limited a sense of safety around the extent to which they can say what they need or what's real for them, or particularly without being pathologized for that or silenced for that. And so one of the skills that, so I think there are many layers to this experience that I'm interested in helping women uncover for themselves and discover. But one clear way that this can be addressed, that I like to sink our teeth into when we're doing this type of work, is something concrete that women can start to look at and learn in terms of a skill or a technique. How do I communicate what I need? Once maybe you get to a point where you realize that's something important for you to do. And so I work a lot around how do we communicate mindfully in ways that other people can really hear us and meet us, given that conflict will inevitably arise in our lives, especially with those close to us who we love. It's important to know how to communicate, and I think for women especially. So I work a lot around the realm of assertive communication being this sweet spot on a spectrum that can vary from aggressive to passive, neither of which tend to help us get our needs met. So I'll just offer a quick, easy acronym that I use often, which is, the acronym is HARD, because sometimes it is hard to communicate our needs or say what's real for us, or express that explicitly verbally. So HARD stands for honest, appropriate, respectful, and direct. And so these four constructs are really what compose our ability to assert ourselves in our communication. Whereas if we're communicating passively, we may be appropriate and respectful, but not honest and direct. And so there's a lot lost there. When we're communicating aggressively, we may be honest and direct, but not appropriate and respectful. And so in that way, too, we're sort of missing the mark. It's hard to get our needs met. It's hard to come to a place of care and agreement, and or whatever it is, respect, whatever it is you're needing to cultivate. So that's just a quick sort of easy bite-size tool or technique that you can connect to next time you're thinking about how do you communicate what's going on for you, but particularly as a woman, as women who I think are getting more comfortable with that type of approach in communication to other people in our lives.